Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So the CW confirmed Katana for Arrow Season 3 and her husband. So they're going to be like the prequel version of Team Arrow. So what this is going to be is a breakdown of the Katana character, as well as a breakdown of what's going to be going on in those Hong Kong flashbacks, because that's where we're going to meet those characters. Hello to all the new people. If you're just finding me for the first time, I do Arrow and Flash stuff every week. Be sure to subscribe to get it. And yes, I will be doing videos for all the new comic book shows that are coming in the fall. So, Hong Kong Arrow Cave time. Seriously though, the new flashbacks will be all about Oliver learning to take what he learned on the island and apply it to an urban area. It's the in-between training that he gets before he comes back to Starling in the pilot. I know in the pilot he had like a full-on super beard, but the way they tease it makes it seem like he came and went from the island several times, like he didn't spend all 5 years he was away on the island. So Devon Aoki is going to be Katana. You probably remember her best from Sin City or Dead or Alive. Katana's husband is named Masao Yamashiro. He's being played by Carl Yoon. You probably saw him in Real Steel. Katana's a big comic book character, and Yamashiro is her husband in the comics, but he's a much smaller character. He actually did get resurrected as a Black Lantern during Blackest Night though. That was pretty cool. So let's talk about the Katana character first. They actually gave her her own comic book about the same time they gave Vibe his own comic book, and he's a character on The Flash, so it's no coincidence that Katana is ending up on Arrow. She's also appeared in The Outsiders and the Birds of Prey comics, and the Arrow producers have said that we're going to be getting more Birds of Prey episodes in Season 3, Felicity being the Oracle character in that situation. Her real name is Satsu, and she's always been a good martial artist, even as a child. Growing up, she had two main suitors, Masao, her future husband, and Takeo, his brother. I know, two brothers in love with the same woman, what could possibly go wrong? Her parents were murdered mysteriously, and then she had twin girls, Yuki and Reiko. The brother, Takeo, eventually came into possession of a mythical blade called Soul Taker and came to kill his brother. In the process of that, Masao and Katana's twin daughters died, then she killed Takeo with Soul Taker. Her husband's spirit ended up being trapped in the blade, and then she took on the Katana persona after training with the master. Wonderful family life, I know, but she's mostly been featured over time in the Outsider comics, but she's been part of the Suicide Squad and the Birds of Prey. She also had a storyline that crossed over with the Geoforce and Terra characters in Markovia. Remember in Arrow Season 2, someone from Markovia tried to buy Merlin's prototype Earthshaker device? That wasn't like an early lead that they were going to use the Katana character. It's just an example of how they tie storylines across seasons together. Her character also crossed over with Lady Shiva several times. She isn't a villain, she's more of an antagonist, but I know a lot of you really wanted Shiva to come on the show, and she still can. She's another League of Assassins character that's just a really good foil for Katana. And they could also totally give the Lady Shiva persona to another character with a different name, just like they did with Ravager and Isabel Roshev. Based on the way Arrow teases big comic book character reveals, I'm guessing that Katana won't be Katana in the Hong Kong flashbacks. I do think she's going to be featured in present day. There's no way you'd cast a character that big and not let them be a badass in modern day, in like full-on superhero garb. And because her husband is alive in the flashbacks, I don't think she's going to have Soul Taker yet. And whenever she does have it in the future, I don't think they're going to go on full-on supernatural with it. Like, it's not going to turn into an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They're probably just going to call the Blade Soul Taker. It would be funny if the Blade spoke with Misha Collins or Jared Padalecki's voice. It would be nice to know their souls were being used to fight crime and kill bad guys in the DC universe. So in the flashbacks, Katana and her husband are going to be Oliver's handlers. They're going to work for Argus and Amanda Waller. They're also going to help train him while he starts his business relationship with Amanda Waller. It's going to be really interesting to see that relationship develop. So Masao is going to be like a cross between Diggle and Yao Fei from the island. He's going to be like his friend, but he's also going to help teach him how to be a warrior. Katana will also be his friend. The three of them are basically going to be like the proto version of Team Arrow. All superheroes either choose to build a team around themselves or work alone. You know, Batman's a good example of a character that largely works alone, even though several versions of the Robin character have come and gone. Oliver, on the other hand, is a team player. I think the Hong Kong flashbacks are going to show us why he thought it was important to bring Felicity and Diggle on in Season 1. I'm really excited. You know, if you haven't seen, Stephen Amell has been posting a ton of workout videos to his Facebook page. He's doing all this parkour free-running obstacle stuff. The area where he's working out is laid out like a city, so expect him to be parkouring the shit out of Hong Kong. They will be at Comic-Con showing off a bunch of Season 3 footage. I'm curious to see if they show off flashback footage because they want to introduce the new characters, or if they're going to do something else. I do think that they will be teasing the new Arrow Cave. It's basically going to be that place where Felicity and Diggle found Oliver hiding after Moira's funeral. It was a backup location he created in case the original Arrow Cave under the Foundry got compromised, and at the end of Season 2, the Mirakuru soldiers basically trashed it. So more on the new characters. I've actually already done a Blue Beetle video, but basically they've been using a lot of fake names in the casting. They've announced casting names, but essentially they used the Golden Age name of the Blue Beetle. So I think they're going to be using the Ted Kord version of the character. I know some of you were bummed whenever Steve McQueen said the Nightwing rumors were not true, but Nightwing was a huge part of The Outsiders, just like Katana, so she does get us one step closer to seeing a Nightwing on the show. And more on Katana's storylines that she had in the comic books. In the New 52 universe, she joined the Suicide Squad to get Amanda Waller's help in learning about her husband's killers. So when we see Katana in present-day Arrow, whenever she's got the sword, it's possible that they could use some aspects of that storyline as a way to bring her back into Oliver's life. In her spin-off comic, whenever she was tracking down her husband's killers, she found out they were connected to the Outsiders, a criminal organization in the New 52 comics, as well as the new Green Arrow's origin story. Remember how Amanda Waller turned out to be the one behind Edward Fires on the island? What if they tie her husband's murder and the Outsiders to that same organization, Waller's operation in Hong Kong? She's not a villain, but she has been a Justice League antagonist in the past. One of the things I really like about Arrow is the way they tie everything together from the flashbacks to present day. They do a really good job of setting up new characters at the beginning of the season, establishing relationships around Oliver, tearing those down, then connecting them back to a much bigger plot at the end. So you leave the season feeling like everyone in the flashbacks and in the present day is tied together by a single villain. I know Stephen Amell has been teasing Batman villains coming on the show, but what if Amanda Waller turned out to be the big villain of season 3? That would be a real twist. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about Katana coming on Arrow? I cannot wait to see her do some Birds of Prey action with Felicity and Huntress. It's going to be so much fun. So Stephen Amell just announced he is coming to Comic-Con. He's going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff way beyond showing off new Arrow footage. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of bonus videos for all that stuff, as well as The Flash. Be sure to subscribe to get it all. And be sure to check out my Ronan the Accuser video that I posted yesterday for Guardians of the Galaxy. You can click here to get it, and click here to learn about some of the other new characters coming on Arrow Season 3. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. High fives.